Rashid, talk to the people. How did you start battling?
Uh, I've never. A lot of people. Some people know. Some people don't know. I never ever battled a form of battling. Well, nah, that's not really battling. I haven't really battled at all. Like I haven't battled on a corner in a lunchroom, nothing like that.
So you started
Um,
out a rapper?
Yeah, I rap. I rap, and I actually gave up rap. One of my producers passed away, and back then I didn't know that. Well, at first I was in search for a producer, but at first I didn't know that a producer is, as you know, is very important for the development of an artist. And then until I got older, you start saying like, okay, that's why Eric B and Rakim. That's why Dr. Dre and Snoop. You always got these pairs that was like, you got Drake and 40 type of thing, and they really just know your sound. So one of my producers, he ended up passing away. He got killed, or whatever. And I was just like, man, I'm done with rap, man. Like I've been trying to find some shit that's going on. I was like, man, I'm done. Ace gets out of jail. Ace get out of jail, and Ace drops a freestyle. Right, he drops a freestyle. I'm like, man, this nigga actually pretty fucking good. So all right, cool. We he ends up going to the studio, and I went on the second session. I went to the first session. We made a song. Second session, I went and he was taking a break, and we turned on the battle rap joint. And I think I want to say I forgot who we was watching. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't about to make it up. But something along the notion, we both looked at each other and was like, man, like, we can do this shit. And I just remember replying like, yeah, probably, but I've been waiting for a nigga to like kind of call me out, but it just never happened. So he was like, man, I think I'm gonna book a battle. I said, for real? I said, I bet. Nigga, I didn't know that nigga meant in 3 weeks. So I'm like, holy shit. Like he told me, and the thing about it was I found out he had the battle like a week out or something. And I was like, yeah, I booked it 2 weeks ago. I told you I was gonna do one. I said, damn, so I kind of like just let him be the guinea pig. He battled a nigga named So Super, and shout out to So Super. I was there for it. I was there for it just in support. I stayed for like three other battles and I'm listening. I'm like, that's what y'all like? Man, I kind of killed this shit. So I ended up booking my own battle. Went through the same avenues, booked my own battle, whatever. I was on the same card as Ace on a lower card and end up battling. Ace ends up battling my nigga Villa, and seeing what made me stay in battle rap. Twerk was there, right? So Twerk comes and pause. He checks out Ace, and he like, man, this nigga crazy. I saw Twerk make a call to URL, and then next thing you know, Ace has a PG. So to see how that happened, I said, oh nah 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 nah. We just thought he took off immediately. So I was inspired. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just grind. I'm gonna do my shit, and eventually it'll be my turn. So that's how I ended up starting battle rap. I had no real intentions. It just one of them like, yo, I think we can do this shit, and I just said, fuck it.
That's incredible. Was your rapping style like your battling style, or as a rapper you were totally different?
Rapping style and with my rapping style, I think I'm different. But it's flashes of it when I'm rapping. When I'm rapping on stage or something like that, it's flashes of it. But battle rapping has made me a better MC altogether. I believe when I get back in the booth, when I'm doing in 2024, that niggas gonna see like what's good. I'm kind of interested to see how I plan out too because I haven't been in the booth in probably like 3 4 years. Like I them 2 sessions, that was it. I never been back in the booth. Like that was it. Like I just ended up just started battle rapping. So like my plans was to end this shit like, yo, generate a fan base, and when the time is right, it's time to put out some music. So I think around like right now, 2024, y'all gonna start seeing me release some music.
I think this would be a perfect time. If there's anything that I really truly respect about how you put things together is how you market to your fan base. I mean, just with what you've done with your trophies line, how did you even come up with the whole trophies concept?
Okay, so Ultimate Madness 4, when I went against Murder, right? I got on um I got on a Louis scarf and got some Louis shoes on. And I went to go, I bought my outfit kind of backwards. I was supposed to get the shoes and then the shirt, but I ended up ordering the scarf or some shit like that I had around my head. When I went to go get the shirt from the stores, they said that they had it, but they didn't fucking have it. So I was like, so I was pissed because I had to fly out like the next day. And everybody kind of know like within battle week, everything get hectic. You know? Problems, job, outfits, stylists, babysitter, all type of shit just start happening. So that was just one of the things that I was like, fuck. So I ended up walking through the mall, like trying to find some shit to go with my shit. And I ended up seeing a nigga who was doing like custom work. And so I was like, yo, you know what? I've been saying trophies, I done coined trophies. I was like, man, maybe I just fuck it. Let me just put this on a shirt and I'll worry about the second round. So when I wore it or whatever, I think that was one of the best decisions I can do because I had a breakout performance. My first breakout performance was against Murder, and it was like, yo, who the fuck is that? And so they was in tune to me as a character, and also like, yo, what's this trophy shit? And I got my first DM. A nigga said, yo, where can I get that from?
Wait,
And
you telling me at UM4 when you battled Murder was the first time that that happened?
yeah, yeah, I
That's
know I've been saying
crazy.
trophies. I've been saying trophies. And like in old footage, you will see me in the background of old footage just saying trophies out of nowhere. Ultimate Madness 1, Jay Black was coming out with like a trophy in his hand. And he like, yo, shout out to She. That's before niggas even really knew me. But I knew if I kept saying trophies in the back of battles, that it's like one of those
It'll
things
catch
where
on. It's a catchphrase.
facts. Like kind of like, have you seen that movie with Will Smith when he was a con man? Like
Yeah,
I forgot
focus.
he, yeah, focus. And toward the end, he was saying how he tattooed the number in the nigga's head to pick number 33. It was something like that. He just kept on doing threes all day so the nigga could pick it. So I was looking at that like, yo, if I keep on saying trophies, that's just my version of saying fire. Or that was crazy. I just say trophies instead. So when I did that, I was like, you know what? I might as well just put this shit on the shirt. That's something I'm trying to coin. I had a breakout performance, and then somebody DM'd me and said, yo, where can I get that from? And I was sitting there like, you know what? Who am I to just be like, oh, nah, that was just something I was wearing. If you want it, shit, let's flip something real quick. I don't care if it's $20. And then next thing you know, it just took off.
That's genius. Your like your marketing for that it needs to be studied. It was it really is one of the smartest branding things I've ever seen happen in battle rap. And everybody and the fact that you made it to where everybody could add their logo or their idea to it with the variations on the hoodies, pure genius. How did you decide to incorporate to make it that interactive?
Well, there's two things that one thing is I first want to shout out Hollow the Don. His blueprint that I studied his blueprint and I mixed it a little bit with EFB. I mixed it a little bit with EFB as far as like marketing. Uh, Rum Nitty at the end of the battle, he'll be like, "Yo, don't pay attention to what if you want to pay attention to what I got on some LOM clothing.com."
Right.
And I started thinking, yo, this is probably like how they do Al Capone. Al Capone was like hollering at niggas like, yo, nigga, I'll give you $100 if you just wear this shirt with your battle. So I started thinking like, yo, influence has a lot to do with success. It's about who's wearing it. So it's like, yo, you can. That's why niggas be outside of niggas concerts, like, yo, just hold up my shirt, just to show, so get some motion, get some traction. So my first thing I did was, well, who do I have a good rapport with? That's influential. Next thing you know, I sent Jay Black a black and gold hoodie. I was like, yo, his theme for champion is gold. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna try black and gold. Sent him one, sent him his logo to personalize it. Like, yo, this is a one-on-one. This is his. As soon as I sent that and he wore it, it went people started inquiring about that. So I just had a black and silver one and a black and gold one. I knew I was gonna do colorways, but I kind of learned with this shit. Like, yo, you kind of stretch out your material as much as you can, your product as much as you can. It's kind of like when I was like selling. It's like, yo, if I know I got some fire ass tree over here, why would I flood the streets with that when my product is not done with this bullshit? So I will make sure the bullshit is damn near done, because if I put out the top shit over top of the bullshit, my bullshit is never going to sell. So I started putting that shit out, and I was like, I bet now that the silver and gold is starting to die out, let's get a different color in there. And my first color I gave to Swervoo. Swervoo wore a black and green one, and he performed, and we got some good footage from that, and niggas started inquiring about that. The credit I'm giving to the next person as far as the customization is, she probably don't know, is Jazz. Jazz
What?
had told me one day, yo, why don't you change the Y to a trophy? Like at the very end, it's like trophy with a Y. And then I tried the design, and I was like, I don't like that. Then I changed the O because it was in the middle to a trophy. But I just did that for experimental, like type of thing. And I was like, you know what? I might got something here. Bill Collector was very supportive. So Bill Collector's emblem is his face with a bush. So with an afro. So I said, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this in the O. And when I did that, I said, okay, I think I'm able to do customs. Like, just if I'm able to at least draw it out, or put it on my program, then I'll be good to do that. The next thing you know, it just started flying off the shelf, because people was like, yeah, you got a trophy joint, but you ain't got this one. People want to be a part of your movement. And if you can include them in your journey and how you did your shit, or you can include them in something different, that's what I just banked on. I said, I bet. They not only they want a trophy merch, but they want this, like, nah, this a one-on-one. I think it got to the point where I was flooding so much, people was like, nah, I want something kind of different. And people just start coming up with ideas, and there you have it. We got the site. Um, Selling over to Japan. Once I made my first sale over to Japan, I said, "Oh, no, no, no! I got to keep doing this." I had a Japan, I had a UK, Jamaica, Canada.
You're
I done.
international with this? That's incredible.
I'm definitely international. I'm definitely, and I'll show you the mock-ups when I'm done. Like, it's like, yo, it's. I couldn't stop. I said, "Oh, nah, nah, nah." Niggas is hollering at me from London, all type of shit. I was like, "Nah, this is fire." I never thought I was gonna do that.
Wait, wait, wait. All right, we got to switch gears. Keep it rap. Keep it rap. So your style and rapping, I can confidently say I wasn't familiar with you. I know you had your G-Lo battle, you had the
Mhm.
murder battle. It wasn't until the True Foe battle that I even knew who you were, on UM4. But you did such an incredible job. I was like, who the fuck is this? Like how
Yeah.
you rapped, to the promo, to the confidence, to the stage presence, to just like you had no problem being you with your own style. And for a little bit of time, battle rap was starting to get a little stagnant with styles, and people were scared to veer off a certain style. And
Yeah.
it seemed like you popped up out of nowhere with your own style and just ready to go. Like, what gave you the confidence to have your own style on the platform where people want to hear a certain style?
First thing, I appreciate it. Second thing is, it's like, I made a promise to myself when I entered the game. I told myself, I'm not going to be part of any groups. I'm gonna rap my way, because I knew I was hanging up rap. This was my last straw. Like, I didn't want to be the guy who was still hanging on to rap dreams and shit like that. Like, I'm just really like a get money nigga. So it's like, if I ain't seeing the money in this shit, like, yo, it's time to hang up this talent. But this was my last talent that I had. I loved drawing. I gave that up. I loved ball. Gave that up. I loved playing the drums. I gave that up. I always loved rap. So this was my last talent that I was about to give up. So I said, yo, if I'm gonna get this shit up, pause, then I'm gonna end up actually rapping my way. Like, I'm gonna do this shit my way. So when I leave, I can be like, nigga, I gave my all. Like, I did what I wanted to do. I wasn't. People told me to change up my style so much when I first dropped and I first like was really getting attention. Yeah, I can't fuck with him. He too animated and this and that, this and that. Nah, I knew this is a hate-driven sport. So I tried to filter through it as much as I could. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna stay true to myself. that a lot of the greats niggas hated before they niggas hated twerk. Niggas hated twerk. Like, nah, I don't like none of that. And now twerk has a format. I wasn't hearing slogans. Wasn't nobody saying you need a slogan before you go into your bar. Nah, I wasn't hearing that. That strapped in was the first real like template that I heard. Like, man, what's your slogan that you gonna say before you say a bar? So I was taking in mind that it's gonna take a little while for niggas to fuck with me. But the thing about battle rap culture is you got fans that really we're such an underground sport that it take diehard fans. Once you in the culture, you in battle rap. So it's different sections. You in battle rap, you already not looked at it like, yo, man, you're not looking at all the industry rappers. You are, but if you in a battle rap, you get a different type of ear. And then now, not only is this fan in battle rap, he's a fan of you who happens to battle. That's a very loyal fan. It's a very loyal
Damn.
fan. So with that fan being so loyal, that's why I'm taking this opportunity in 2024. I think I generated enough of a fan base where I can be like, look, these fans are going to support my music just as long as it's good. I try to put out as much quality as I can. I try to my clothing quality, as far as my brand quality, what I dress like quality, what I try to just overall be that way. Customer service quality. So it's like, yo, I've already made a template. My style is different. So I'm just looking at the dynamics, my slogan, my emblem, I'm one of the only niggas who got an emoji. Like,
But the
yo, you
f-
see a
the
trophy
fact
emoji, that's it. I can literally just put trophy and niggas like, I got a trophy. Like versus fire type of shit. It's all marketing, like type of thing. So I
the fact that you even have that kind of business mind is great. Like, for you to approach this the way you do, I wish more battlers would understand and do that as well, because this is a business. Granted, it's talent driven, but to excel, especially the way you have to have that business state of mind. And salute to you for even having that. Who
yeah, you got
like
network.
who put your who where everybody, when they start rapping, there's always somebody that they not emulate, but they listen to the most to develop their style. If you had to pick people that helped you develop your style, who are those people that inspired you?
All around or battle rap?
Just battle rapping.
Just battle rap. All right, I'm gonna put it like this. There's battle rappers that I had a few favorites. I had a few favorites. So B Magic was one of my first like favorite battle rappers. Like
Fire.
first favorite
Salute.
battle rappers. B Magic, and then the respect level I would give Rum Nitty and Twerk. And what I mean by respect level is I was really, if a battle dropped from Rum Nitty or Twerk that I wanted to see, I would have to have a J Road. I'll go get something to eat, and then I'll turn on the battle. Versus like a lot of other people, I might be cleaning out the house, turn on the battle while I'm listening, doing other things. But I realized I was giving them a lot of like respect, attention, like type of shit. So I was like, so between them right there and Daylyt, of course, and Daylyt was one of my like second favorite battle rappers, like type of shit. So it's B Magic, Daylyt, Rum, Twerk. Like those are like my favorite. I fuck with a lot of other people, but absolute favorite battle rappers, those are my favorite battle rappers. So
That's a
between
solid lineup of people right there. Discovering, as a fan, discovering battle rappers is kind of like when you discover bands that people might not know, and like you
yeah,
cherish it, and then and then the band explodes, and then the journey begins.
yeah,
For me, when I watched your one rounder with Dot, and I know it's not talked about as much, but I think that was like one of the most masterful displays of lyricism. I was
hmm,
watching the battle, and if you're in here and you haven't watched that battle, please watch that one rounder, Sheed versus Dot. For me, it's two stages. Like, I hear a battle rapper and I'll be like, okay, that dude's fire or he's cool. I'll listen to his
hmm,
battles when but then there's that moment where you hear a battle rapper and you're like, okay, hold on. I am now a fan of this person. Like, I'm gonna go
yeah,
look for this
yeah,
person. That Dot battle was what did it for me. You did this thing where you were rapping at him and you broke down the letters of his name, but you
yeah.
were but you were punching with it. And how do you take risks like that? Like, how do you even come up with that type of shit?
I've always been a big risk, low reward type of guy. I mean, big risk, big reward type of guy, and that's been like that, like almost like my whole life. Like that's been like that my whole life. I was kind of raised differently, like type of shit. So I didn't care about being a minority because I grew up a minority already. Me being Muslim was tough growing up because I'm in a lot of public Christian schools, and when your mother pull up with a scarf and a hijab, everybody like, why your mother dressed like that? Like it's
Yeah.
so I was always used to just being different. I got a different name, all type of shit like that. So I was always used to being different. So that's why I kind of stayed true to that. But coming up with a lot of these, in this day and age right now, it's a lot of niggas who's learning how to rap through battle rap. That was never me. I learned how to be an artist before I learned how to battle rap. Battle rap arrived second. It wasn't first. So I never had intentions of being a battle rapper type of thing. So I had intentions of being a rapper. So a lot of my shit is rap. I have a blanket of rap first, and then I attach the battle rap to it. So I try not to go away from lyricism. I didn't realize until somebody said, "Yo, that's the way you move, and you a performer." I was like, "For real?"
100. Absolutely.
Like I didn't know. I didn't know I was a performer. So I was like, I just move with my lyrics. A lot of the times my hand would move to kind of, if you look at my hand while I'm rapping, my hand is moving how the word will move. Like so if I say and sway, I'll move like almost like a kung fu style. Like if I sway this way, then because sometimes I don't know what word is next, but my hand would. Like and it's kind of crazy how it go, but sometimes that's just how it would be, and I end up performing that way. But coming up with some of these lyrics, I just try to whatever's the first thing that I think of, I just say to myself, now that's what everybody would say. Let's think of the second way. And I'll think of the second way somebody would say it, then I'll be like, okay. Now that's the second way that somebody will be thinking like somebody already else said it that way, so I'm gonna say it this way. So now let's try to stretch that idea to a third way. If we can find a third way, that's how you get to left field. Like I never saw that punch coming because I saw the first two ways you could have said that punch. So when I created that punch, I said, you know what? If I say it like this, they're going to guess it. If I say it the other way, the battle rappers might guess it, and a few people who advance guess it. If I say it this way, I'll start getting respect. It's like, yo, you really put in the time to that bar. Even though some bars are just fire straight up. But sometimes you gotta have the awareness to say, yo, you gotta flip this bar a whole nother way and do something different. So
Bro, you
it's
really a genius, bro. Like, but aside from your incredible writing ability, it looks like you just be having fun on stage. When you and Swervo teamed up and y'all did the 2-on-2 and you were jumping up and down saying, I got a 30. I was just like,
it wasn't
this
supposed to
nigga's
be like that.
so but
No,
are
no,
you
like
just
like
having a good
fool,
time or like
if you listen to the joint, like it's like we ran that I hate Swerve for that. We ran that shit back like so many times, but the pattern was like putt putt. It was like hut something something putt putt. And he said, I'm about to put a shotgun to the plug. It's duck hunt with this 30. Fool, shut up. What's that in the drive? It was supposed to go like that.
right?
But I was like, with this 30, we got a reaction. Nigga, I got a 30. He was like, yo, yo, yo. He was really trying to get me to shut up. He's like, fool,
I
I
thought that
got
was
a
part of the
30. I just
performance.
kept saying. So when he finally said, like, shut up, like, I was like, bet, it's time to go on. Like, it's just improvising. It's just improvising, man.
Bruh.
A lot of this shit is like stand-up comedy, fool. You can have a whole act, but if you see something, you got to kind of like improvise. Like it's like, yo, like, nah, they kind of want this, they kind of want that, and since we setting off the show, let's make this entertaining.
You know, it's crazy because you're very entertaining, you're very charismatic. You know, it's dope to watch you do your battles, but I really didn't like early on when they started comparing you to Bill Collector. It kind of pissed me off in a way because it was like, no, this is something totally different. How did you feel when they set that battle for you and Bill Collector? Did you feel like it's time to prove people wrong, or did you feel like it's too soon? What were your thoughts going into that battle?
A couple of things with that. When I first got the comparison, I understood that people. They're not just battle rap. When people see something different to make it familiar, they have to compare it to something else in order to, register it in their mind. It's like, man, that Chrysler looked like a Phantom. Why can't it just be a Chrysler, bro? Why I
Right.
gotta look like something else? Like, because I don't know what it is, but it looked like that. Hey, yo, you see that bitch Brittany? Nah, she kind of looked like Aisha. Why can't it just be Britney? Like type of shit. So it's like when people don't know something, they try to make it familiar to something else. And since they didn't know something, they knew I was unorthodox, so they put me in a category immediately. That was the only category I was willing to accept. I didn't want to just be a writer. I didn't want to just be a performer. I knew unorthodox was the lane I wanted to pick because I was already unorthodox with my style, period. But I knew another thing about unorthodox is it's a style that people are afraid of. It's like it's a more well-rounded style. It's like I can't quite get the style because it's so left that he kind of does a little bit of everything. If you got a pen, you'd be like, all right, I know how I'm gonna attack a pen with just performing. You got a performer, it's like, yo, I'm gonna attack a performer with the pen. But if I'm unorthodox, it's like, yo, he got a little bit of everything. So that was one aspect of that comparison. I was okay with it. The second thing is that when I got compared to Bill and when in the matchup actually started, the nigga Bill reached out to me. He was like, yo, you ready to put these comparisons behind us? Like we know we not the same, but that's what they
That's
seem like
fire.
they want, type of thing. Another thing, shout out to Bill. Bill Ben had that offer and he said, I do not want to battle Sheed if he's not getting paid what I get paid. Shout out to
That's
Bill.
fire.
Shout out to Bill Collector. Shout out to Bill Collector. He said, I don't want to battle Sheed unless he's getting paid what I get paid. Now, granted, they didn't give me what Bill Collector gets paid, but I was a little bit shy under it. I got a leap. Then I was like, yo, that's some real shit. Like he would not take the battle unless that happened. He had respect for me. I have respect for him. So shout out to Bill for that.
That's a great man. That's a jewel. Thank you for that's so dope. A
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of people don't know behind the scenes, Bill Collector, a really good dude. So to hear that that's super dope, man.
Good nigga. Good nigga, man.
So if you had to pick, everybody has that moment where they realize, okay, I'm here now. Niggas know what's up. Like, what was the battle for you where you had an outstanding performance and you felt like, okay, I'm solidified. I'm Sheet happens. What was that battle?
My battle that people would say it's my murder battle that kind of got everybody kind of. It's where I felt the difference was Part Two. Truffaut Part Two.
UM5.
UM5 Truffaut Part Two. Where I knew it was going on. Like I knew I was known. I knew I had a name. I knew certain shit, especially from the first tournament. But this one right here, I was saying that this one was just special. This one was special. And it was like, that's the one where I really felt like I was faced with a lot of adversity. It was a lot of cards stacked against me. And I often tried to emulate that battle until I realized I can't. The cards were stacked and I can't really emulate that again. And what I mean by that is that this was a rematch. Now you would say, yo, you had none before that, and that's a rematch. But it was different because none didn't stop me from moving on in UM4 to win $25,000. True did. So in True Foe, if y'all niggas know True Foe is he was waving his flag like nigga, I beat you one time, I'll win again, nigga. Like type, he was off of that type of shit. So
Right.
I'm like, yo, and he always held that flag, and he held it enough to be like he used it as a tool to be like, yeah, and I can't wait to bump into you, Ace. I already got your man out of here. And being though that I entered the game with Ace, people will always compare me right next to him. So it was like, yeah, if I can get Sheed out of here, then I can get you out of here. And I was like, man, you really think you really got me out of here? Like, you did it, nigga. You won by the skin of your fucking teeth. And I think I won that, like, type of thing. So the second time when I ended up battling Truffaut, like I said, the cards were stacked. Doc was I had one person, Doc was in my corner. Doc can tell you. When they call it, it took me a second to when they were like, oh, she happens. Where you at? Where you at? I'm in the corner, and it's the first time it ever happened. I was like, let's go, she. This nigga not better than you. I was like, this nigga's not better than you.
Let's
Hey,
go.
this bitch ass nigga, and I just start going crazy. I'm in the corner like, this, you mean to tell me this nigga gonna stop you twice? Twice? And I was just going crazy in the corner. Doc was like, yo, she. He's like, yo, they ready. And I was like, all right, bet. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what happened. I just got mad. No. I know exactly what happened. I know exactly, my bad, I'm tripping. I was in the corner, but Nunu and Jay Black was doing an interview on like what battles we got coming up first, next. And Nunu was so loud. I got True Foe. It's like, yeah, she cool and all, but he not gonna be in. And I was like, she's like, I just don't think he better. And some along them lines. And I was like, and then I was in the court. That's why when she was like, fight back, nigga, I already knew what sign she was. I am, motherfucker. Like, I already knew what she was on. So I was like, yo, you already rooting for him. So I was like, yo, watch this. And then next thing you know, it just happened. It just happened. And when I got off the stage, the way my phone blew up, like I had celebrities hit me up. I
Let's
had
go.
I had battle rappers I never talked to before, didn't even know me, hit me up. I had a bunch of. I was like, oh yeah, I'm here. I'm here. But I couldn't bask in the moment because in 2 weeks I had JC. So when I really stepped back and I looked, I was like, damn, fool, you kind of went crazy that battle. Like
You did.
I couldn't really sit there with the battle because I was too busy focused. But when it was over, when I got eliminated and I stood back and I looked, I was like, fool, man, I had two back-to-back rematches. I had none and then I had True Fall. I
And
was like, yo,
Trufo,
that's
yep.
never happened before. Nobody had, but the thing that's never happened was my last battle before none was none. I had none in March, then had none in June. So I was
Crazy.
like, damn, I don't think nobody's ever done a rematch that fast. So I did a rematch, and then right after that, my next battle was another rematch from last year. I was like, oh nah, man. Like it happened on my birthday. It was too many things. It happened on my birthday. So it was too. I was
That's
like, yo, you
crazy.
about to lose on your birthday? I was like, your birthday will never be the same. I was like, and
Nah.
that was what it was, man. So
What's a battle that you had where you were disappointed in your performance and you're like, I could have done better here. Like, what's a battle you look back and like, I was not at my best for that one.
I'm gonna have to say, all right, just me personally, and not
Yeah.
more of a vibe or um, what battle I was looking at, like, that wasn't really it. I try to give my see the thing about it is I enter every battle confident, and I've been realizing that like fans and reactions that make me change my my feeling about the overall battle, and I'll sit there like, yo, but I really entered that battle with confidence just because they changed my idea because this and that. I don't know. So right now I'm kind of stuck on that, but I know battles that I've had, and I'm like, yo, that I don't like that joint. I don't like
What's one you
how it
didn't like?
transpired. I didn't like the 40 battle. I didn't like the I didn't like the I didn't like the I didn't like how shit played out with the Danny battle. I
Me
didn't like
too. Me too.
what else? Then I just was like, man, I can't watch the Trufo Part One. Trufo Part One. I was like, yo, man, like it took me weeks to watch that battle after it dropped. Like I
You
was
had
like,
you
man,
have a
I'm
hard
good.
time watching? Like you have a hard time going back to watch battles you didn't like.
I never watched 40 again. I never watched the 40 battle.
But you don't feel like there's more lessons to be learned from battles that don't go the way they should versus the battles that go well?
There are lessons to be learned, but then I also realize that sometimes don't get that confused with dynamics.
Mm,
That what lesson am I getting out of watching my Danny battle? Like that I'm like, yo, like the cards were stacked. It
bring
was like,
30
yo,
niggas with you. That would be a
that
good lesson.
yo, how?
Just fly 30 niggas out. Rent a boat. Something.
Rent a boat and fly 30 niggas out. You sound wild. But nah, it's more so like I was looking at it like, yo, like dynamics. You can lose a battle because the crowd is choosing who they want to win before you even say yo.
That's a
It's your
fact.
it's your it's your responsibility and your skill set is supposed to, make them actually root for you on your side. But sometimes it's just not like that. You you can't tell me that you can only gain respect, you know. But if an athlete enters another person's arena, when he's actually entering the court, coming out the tunnel, they're heckling him immediately. They want to see him do horrible type of
100%.
thing. And I started looking at those aspects like the dynamics. Fool, before I said yo against Danny Myers, it was Geechee. Thank God Geechee had to get Tay Savage from the door because Tay Savage just showed up or something like that. But at first it was Geechee in the front, Rum Nitty, JC was directly behind Rum Nitty, real name Brandon, next. Um
The entire West Coast Avengers was just
Ty,
standing right there against
everybody
you.
right, yo, before the battle started, the nigga next say, hey yo, Sheed, I fuck with you, but goddamn, it's the West. And he throw it the West. And like niggas on their side, which is like, you already know what it is. And I swear, nigga, I swear, I don't know who said it, but somebody said something along the lines like, yeah, yeah, we know what happened with Foots and Rum. And I was like, ah, fuck. I was like, because Foots and Rum battle ain't dropped. But Foots he had the world with him. Damn near. He had damn near versus Rum. So it was just like I know Rum felt like he got jumped. But that's how I felt when I was done. I was like, fool. When I tell you before I said, yo, the crowd is all, kill that nigga Danny. I'm going against a beloved battle rapper from the West at an EFB party. Man, I was
But you
like,
still fought through it though. You gotta
yeah, I
salute
fought
that.
through. I definitely fought through, and it was just one of them things where I just like, yo, I had them. Sometimes I had them, sometimes I didn't. But that's part of the game, man. It's a respect thing. A lot of MCs give you respect for that shit, even if the fans don't. Like an MC saying you was fired kind of supersedes 10 people saying you were trash,
A hundred
like type
percent.
of thing. So I,
But
I learned
beyond
from
that
that.
though, speaking of being on the West, brother, you're one of those battlers who I think you're going to transcend battle rap. I remember watching you with shout out to Emerson Kennedy, but you did the segment with Top Line with Tara Mobley.
Yeah, yeah.
And bro, your personality is larger than life, and you're just so you're made to be a superstar, bro. How did you feel? How did you decide to do that? To get on the skits with Emerson Kennedy, and how did you get the confidence? And did you take acting courses, or you just went up there and was yourself?
I think I'm pretty much always I'm always myself, man. Even you on I separate people who fuck with me very quickly by showing them who I am. If I had who I am, they can't gauge who I am, so I can't be mad if their gauge is wrong because I've been faking, like type of shit. So I try to show people who I am, like, yo, I'm gonna tell you straight up whether I fuck with something or not, or I try to be as honest as I can. I try to move with as much integrity. I try to, and not have no malice intent. But as far as like the being over there, EK, I saw what Lou Castro was doing with EK and Jazz and shit like that. So I reached out to EK. Me and EK got a good rapport, and I forgot what battle it was that I was over there on the West, and I was like, yo, EK, while I'm over there, he said, hell yeah, like we can. I think it was matter of fact, it was my chaos battle. Chaos battle. I was um I was over there and I ended up doing the
That was Traffic Five.
yeah, that was traffic. Is that traffic? No.
Yeah, it was
Traffic
Traffic
5?
Five because
Oh yeah,
Traffic
traffic
Six, you
5. Yeah,
battled
yeah, yeah.
Danny.
I just did traffic 6. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So traffic 5, I went over there and we just improvised. We just improvised. I'm one of them type of niggas is like, what's going on? Okay, pretty much how I'm supposed to be. Oh, I bet. I mean, I think when you just know who you are, you don't have to turn yourself on because I'm always on.
Yo,
So it's like, all right, so pause. Yeah, that was kind of
that
crazy.
was
That was
insane,
kind of
brother.
turn myself on. Is that gay if I'm talking to myself?
I don't know what you got going on, brother, but keep going.
Let me go to the mirror. Let me see how the mirror feel. Hold up. Damn, it just say I'm gay. Anyway, so we gonna move on from that. So, so anyway, that's pretty much how that happened. I went over there. I just improvised. So all right, come on, let's improv.
So that wasn't scripted. You weren't you just freestyled that basically.
He freestyled everything. Freestyled everything.
That's crazy. Yo, you really a star. Like I don't know if you do this or not, but I always encourage people to take a second to celebrate themselves because life's a crazy journey. You got to think you battled, had some incredible battles in the culture. You got your own merch that's super popping. You doing TV episodes of Emerson Kennedy. Like you got a lot going on. And you now about to drop music in 2024. You got like an album title? Is there anything you could
Want to know something crazy? And I was so mad at EK. He took my title, of my mixtape that I was going to ever put out. I always had because I got a gray patch. It was always going to be the gray area. I swear it
You
was.
can't use that now?
I swear it was. I swear it was. So when he said that and it actually rung, I'm like, yeah, I can't use it. So I don't know. I'm gonna just kind of let the work do what it kind of do, and then I'll see. That's something I'm not really thinking about too much. The name of a project, well, it'll be here. It'll be here. I'm not thinking about it too much. But
That's real.
battle rap
That's
is a
real.
tool, man. I try to look at this shit as it's kind of like college. People be thinking that a degree is supposed to decipher like how your life is about to go. No, it's like between colleges, networking, you use that degree and you use that tool to spin off into something that you're more equipped after college to spin off to do something that you actually really want to do. So with this right here, I've seen how everybody has a door that some of the successful rappers have done, whether it's wilding out, acting, any other type of thing. At first was battle rap based, and the reason why they were so successful is because battle rappers, battle rap fans are very supportive when they fuck with you. When they fuck with you, you got a fan for life, like
100.
type of thing, because you're already a secret. Everybody likes to feel like, nigga, you don't even know nothing about that until I told you about that. So battle rap is one of those type of things. I think it's just like it's a very respected art that even artists walk up to battle rappers all the time and say, I can't do what you do. Battle rappers don't walk up to rappers and say, I can't do what you do, because we do the truest form. So whatever I choose to spin off to from this, I'm using this opportunity as a tool to gain my solid foundation of whatever I want to do.
Okay. Well, I have this part of the segment of the interview where I have three opponents that I would ask you if you would ever battle, and you can tell me yes or no, or just your thoughts on the matchup.
Mm-hmm.
So, number one, I always start with a female MC. Now, there's a bunch of different female MCs that you could battle, but me
Mm-hmm.
personally, I would love to see Sheed versus Gaddis. Is that something you would consider?
Yeah. Gaddis, I think that style makes sense. She's a rapper. She got a lot of pockets. She's animated. It's I'll definitely do that battle. We even actually thought about doing a 2-on-2.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. We even thought about doing a 2-on-2. But yeah, I'll battle Gaddis definitely.
Okay, so this next one is a little unorthodox. A Ward.
Definitely. I last year, I think it was last year or maybe sometime top of this year, A Ward arrived across my desk, and I felt like I wasn't ready yet. I'm being honest. I felt like I wasn't ready yet. Like type of thing. Niggas was like, for real? I was like, yeah, I wasn't I
It's
wasn't ready
kind
yet.
of crazy, she, because you battle Bill. You're ready. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just, I just, I'm being all honest. But I didn't stand at that time in front of a rebuttaler. I haven't stood in front of a rebuttaler besides None, and None will give you one or two. When you start talking about an onslaught of rebuttals, it's like, yo, you ready for that? You need a little bit more, try. Let's get something under your belt, like something like that. Let's see some approaches. So at the time, I didn't think I was ready. But after being in front of a couple rebuttalers now, I had none. I had Danny Myers. It's like, yo, I kind of learned some shit. So
I
yeah,
mean,
I
look at the
definitely
people
battle.
you battle, Sheed. Bill Collector, Shotgun Suge, Miss Hustle, JC. These are legends that, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
these
Like
some
your
crazy.
resume
These
is
some crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, my resume kind of. I ain't gonna lie. I looked at my resume
Bro,
the other day, and it's kind of crazy.
it's
But
crazy.
I live in the humbleness of like, yo, man, I'm humbled by it. It is what it is. Let's move on. Like,
I
let's move
respect
on.
it. I
Next,
respect
next,
it.
next play.
Yeah, I respect it. So the last one I have for you, I always ask a legacy battle. And I got two options for you.
Mm.
One legacy battle is a Maryland legacy battle. Tay Roc. Would you battle Tay Roc?
I kicked Tay Roc ass.
Sorry, maybe you
Yeah,
didn't hear me.
yeah,
Would you
yeah.
battle?
I kick Tay Roc. That's my guy. That's my guy. And I'm only saying that because Tay Roc respect that type of shit. He's like, oh yeah,
100%.
show me.
Yeah,
He
he
like, oh
like.
yeah, show me, like type of thing.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Tay Roc is a goat. That nigga is a goat. I will be honored to battle Tay Roc. Like I'll be honored. Like just sometimes like it's Tay, and the crazy thing, I was about to quote something that I always quote, and it is from Tay Roc. It's like, yo, it might seem easy to you a lot closer. And it's like, and I've always held on to that statement because you will see a battle rapper from the horizontal view as a viewer. But when you're standing in front of a battle rapper and you get to see his eyes expression and his face straight up while he's rapping to you, it's different. Like it's different. So something like that, I've heard Tay Roc is different, like type of shit. So I would like to get those lessons from Tay Roc, like what I would learn from that type, from a battle like that. Yo, Tay Roc taught me so much in between that battle. So I'll be honored to have a battle like that. Shout out to Tay Roc.
That would be fire. And me personally, Mount Rushmore candidate, I would say I would love to see a Sheet Happens versus Loaded Lux. Would that be an end game for you?
No, it's not an end
Tell
game
us
for
why
me.
not.
It's not an end game for me. I respect Daylyt more than Lux. I respect
Okay.
Daylyt more than Lux. And this is no. It's just as far as activeness, as far as what Daylyt has done, as far as in my career, the advice that he's given out, the just putting me on and just even, shouting me out in certain rooms that I'm not even around. Like he's just doing it
No,
naturally.
he bigs you up every time. Like he
Yeah, so it's
definitely.
like that would be more of an end game for me rather than Loaded Lux right now. Loaded he's a goat. I'm not about to act like he's not. That nigga is one of the I really watched Loaded. Like I watched Loaded. But to me, I didn't gravitate to Loaded as much I did with Daylyt. I just didn't. Just for some reason, I don't know why. I just didn't. It's just more Daylyt to me, and that's why I want to see Daylyt versus Lux a lot because I need to see the separation.
That's real talk. That's real talk. So, if somebody had to ask you, Sheed, what is the legacy you want to contribute to battle rap? What would be your legacy when it's all said and done?
Um, the legacy that I believe right now, I'm leaving a legacy right now as we speak. My style was like, yo, what I can't get with it's too animated, it's too this and that. And then that kind of opened the door for, I think I walked through a door for this like generation right now because you had Bill, you had Briz, type of these unorthodox styles. You got Jack, you got these unorthodox styles. But there was a voice that I kind of put behind my shit. Like it's a voice with it. So now when you hear a voice in a certain way, I have now like influenced a lot of battle rappers. Like I've influenced just a couple, and I'm like, yo, this is kind of working. It went from, yo, we don't like that style to that nigga sound like Seed. And it's like, damn, how that happened? Like type of thing. So between this right now, the legacy I'm leaving open is it's like, yo, when they niggas end up talking to me is, hey yo, do this shit your way. Do this shit your way. If niggas don't like it, yo, you're talented though. You got to get niggas to like your style. You got to get niggas to like. If you sound like somebody else, they're going to compare you to that some person. Like I kind of use the logic of if you hear me drop a freestyle, it's not gonna be on another nigga beat. Cause either you're gonna have to do better than that nigga, or they're gonna compare you to, man, he didn't kill it like Wayne did. It's like, so why the fuck would you jump on the Wayne beat? You jump on your own beat so you can get appreciated through your own beat. So if
100%.
just be yourself, if you be yourself, you'll have people tune into you way better. And if they don't like you, at least you know and they're not trying to really just keep figuring you out because they don't know who you are. So it's just pretty much just stay true to yourself, and you'll get those fans that will gravitate to you. If people say they don't fuck with you, that's cool, and maybe they'll come back around and rock with you. Maybe they won't, but at least they know because they know who you are. That's something they don't like. I don't like pork, so you won't. I can't eat pork. You won't find me eating pork. So it's like, yo, I'm good off of that, and now they know where I stand. You'll never have to worry about that shit again. But if I dibble and dabble, now you can say he not even really Muslim for real. It's like, oh damn, like you see how that goes. So that's what I'm off of.
I respect it. Shit, a lot of
You
people
got to. You
don't
you
get
ain't
their
got no choice.
respect. A lot of people don't get their respect while they're walking into their greatness. But you one of them, bro. It didn't take too many battles for the whole culture to see that you're one of them. From your writing to your merch to your personality to what you doing, Emerson Kennedy, to the music you about to drop. We support you. We rocking with you. We salute you. You are a
For sure.
voice in this culture. You are a staple in this culture. And we can't wait to see what you do next. God bless you. This was Keep It Rap episode 2. She, thank you for
Hey,
your time.
before you go, you didn't let
Yo.
me ask you a question.
Oh man. You know,
Damn, for real?
Ace was episode 1. He asked me I got caught up in them questions. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
All right, y'all, that's my time, man. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you for pulling up, she.
She
God bless
having
you,
sign up.
man.
Hey, yo,
Why you
shop at
didn't deny it?
everythingtrophy.com. Shout out to Maryland, man. The whole